Hey guys, what's up? It's Razmac here. I'm bringing you the very first episode 1 of the CyberGamer podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy what we're bringing you today. Basically, what we've got here on the setup is we've got myself, Twilife. Say hello, Twilife.
Hello.
Hello. We've got Mauseum.
Hey guys.
And we have got Dazed.
How's it going, mate?
Good, mate. And also sitting in the background being quiet is Britt.
Hello.
Alright, and also, as they're basically going to be the regular panel, hopefully, depending on whether this is a success or not. Whether we're going to replace them or not, we'll see. But basically, we've also got a guest, is the one and only OzFalcon. Say hi, mate.
Hey, guys.
There we go. Nice with the deep voice there. Alright, so basically, just for this first episode, we've got a few things we're going to discuss. We'll just start off with introducing everyone on the panel, and give them just a brief overview of each individual, just so that you guys can get to know us a little bit better. Okay, so I'll just start off with myself. Basically, I'm 22 years old from South Australia. I study full-time at university, doing a degree in a Bachelor of Creative Arts in Digital Media. I also work part-time. My gaming history, basically I've worked my way up through playing stuff as low as Nintendo 64, Sega Master System, just the old stuff. I got an Xbox in I think about 2007, and I started off on Rainbow Six, and I worked my way onto COD through Call of Duty 4, and worked my way up since then across all the new ones that come out. And my very first clan was an absolute beautiful name. It was WDC. It standard for War Diseased Cunts. So there's the first C-bomb dropped on this. But yeah, so that was my first ever team. And then I worked my way up through World at War with Aspire, which everyone should know by now. We were quite successful in those days, and since then I've been disappearing more and more. And basically I got onto CyberGamer through Southside. I think being the noob I was, I tried to invite him to my clan when he was in Uprising. So, yeah, I didn't really know much about
Did he join Raz?
No, but he actually gave me a really, really helpful strat session. Like he showed me how to strat for search, and I guess that's why I got as good as I did at that. So yeah, that's basically a brief overview of me. We'll let Twilife talk about himself now.
Yeah, my name's Jared. I'm 23, a full-time uni student doing Bachelor of Marketing, or Business as it's called. Only work I'm doing at the moment is casual shit where a guy just calls me in and I try and fix a computer even though I don't know what I'm doing. Clan-wise, started in 1SK, and that's where I've been ever since, because I'm extremely loyal and awesome.
What a good bloke.
And,
Top bloke.
Well, the competitive started for me on Xbox Original, which would have been Ghost Recon Island Thunder, which was a friggin' awesome game. That was pretty half-assed competitive. I'd say it didn't get serious till like Rainbowish or COD 4. That was with 1SK, and yeah, we're going alright, except we're all getting too old for this, so we get less and less time into our gaming. CG-wise, got into it through a guy in 1SK called TCAS, told everyone about the site, pretty much jumped on it, and slowly hauled my way up the ranks, and actually it was pretty quick because I didn't do any reffing or anything, so I'm awesome. That's
Straight to admin.
I think it has something to do with the fantastic job we did on Got Games in Season 3.
It must have been. Like, that was monumental shit. Echo. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. We'll have Mauseum talk about himself a little bit.
Alright guys, my name is Taylor. I'm doing my last year of uni this year, so I'm studying myotherapy. I used to predominantly play PC. I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6 and Source and a couple of other PC games before I moved on to playing a bit of COD 4 PUB. I never really played any competitive at all on COD 4. I went into World at War. At this stage, I was still sharing an Xbox with my brother, and so pretty much didn't get to play that much. It was only up until I got recruited by a player called J Master, who picked up myself, my brother, and Ross, and we started a team called the Unit, and I've pretty much been there ever since. With pretty much soon after that, Macca joined, and we've pretty much carried it all the way through to recently getting picked up by Archaic. I'm working part-time at a sports center. I'm also doing like uni placement like once or twice a week. Yeah, that's about it. I'll chuck you on to Dazed.
Yes, I'm Dazed, or Michael is my proper name. I do get called Dazed sometimes by my mates that played Xbox in real life, but not often. Anyway, I'm 18 years old, 19 in October. Profession-wise, I used to be an apprentice mechanic, but I recently decided to stop doing that, mainly because I preferred it as a hobby. So I'm currently, I guess, a professional bum, because I don't do anything. Let's see. For gaming, let's see, I've been playing pretty much since COD 2, but I guess competitively I started in COD 4. Mainly, I guess, trolling my way around Aussie Xbox and stuff. Was in a team that I started called VTA, Voodoo Tactical Assault, which didn't actually win a game on Aussie Xbox. Then I think it was.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I guess that's just how bad we were. But anyway, and then I think I got picked up by ZR, as it was, Stainless. Some of you might know from way back when, and Bloodhound and all that. And pretty much started my real competitive time there, Aussie Xbox. Then got games. Didn't play Season 1, but trolled the forums a lot. And I think back then I was a chin, so yeah, I was a chin then. Still are, yeah, as some might say. But anyway, then Season 2 actually got to play Got Games, which was really good. We were in the intermediate comp. I don't know, we came like 4th or 5th or something. It wasn't that great. But anyway, then after that, CG, again, just intermediates and stuff. But then I guess after I left, I was in Devious, which I think almost maybe everyone has been at one point. But yeah, I was in Devious with Envious and Unleash, and they were pretty good, and I learned a lot from them.
Those guys are terrible.
Yeah, I know, Unleash and Envious are pretty shit. I don't know, but anyway.
Good blokes.
I actually learned a bit off Envious, and I think that was pretty good, but it came to an end, and I got recruited. Actually, I went to CFAB, Contrabulous Fab Traption of Professor Horatio Huffnagel, which is actually led by Egg Runs.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a team called CFAB back when Season 3 was about to start. Egg Runs made it with Poppy Dean and Dinger, or Dinger, I don't know how to say it, but anyway. Yeah, it was called Contrabulous Fab Traption of Professor Horatio Huffnagel, or CFAB as it was known. And I was in there for a bit, but then that ended before Season 3 started. And then I actually became an admin of Got Games with Twilife and Duke, and we ran Season 3. And I played it as well in GGP, in Frenetic Array, the Woodsy team, as it was known, or the A team, and came second to Uprising after a decent season. And then basically from there, I guess it became, I went into Bryce Man's team for Modern Warfare 2, then we broke off, became Insurgency, and now we are Mindfreak. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do and how I got to where I am.
Professional Xbox.
Yeah, professional Xbox, exactly. That should be my profession. It started all over again. Hi, I'm Dazed and I'm a professional Xbox player.
Nah, I feel like you already fucked it up.
My bad.
Well, alright, we might as well give Britt a go, so let's let her talk about herself, so go ahead.
Hello, I'm Britt, or Brittany. I don't play Xbox very much at all. I'm 22 years old and I currently go to uni. I'm in my last semester of uni. I do a Bachelor of Town Planning, so nearly finished that off. I never really played any Xbox or any like form of console before Xbox 360, and I picked it up like 3 years ago and brought COD 4 just like randomly because I was going to use it as a DVD player. And played COD 4, got a little bit addicted and became a pub hero, and I got into CyberGamer through Ghost Kirby. He told me to sign up so I could play a pug bot with him, and that's pretty much how I got into it. Started chatting to everyone, poured my way up the ranks, just like Jared, but much smoother.
In a more literal sense.
Much more literal.
Yeah, more literal sense. Wow, such a slut Brit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Never played anything professionally or any leagues or anything. CGO for life. Not even.
Just bossing it on the sidelines.
You're a
bossing all the kids around.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Ryan's my minion. Pub heroes are good.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so that's basically the panel plus Brit. And now we're going to introduce. Now we're going to introduce our guest for this week, which is OzFalcon, the man. So if you want to just introduce yourself, go ahead.
Yeah, buddy. Name's Daniel. 27 years old. Pretty much the oldest guy on CG. Live in Sydney. Shave about 34 times a day. Got a monobrow. Own a Blockbuster store, which is what I do for a living. Been gaming since like the 80s. Basically started off a Sega Master System, moved my way through the consoles. Eventually moved to PC gaming, where I played Counter-Strike for ages. Pretty much playing WCG, ESWC, pretty much interstate, everywhere. Did that for a while. Eventually the Counter-Strike community sort of died due to modding and hacking and just unfair playing field online, so moved to console gaming. Started with World at War, joined some real noob, like Headquarters clan, who basically introduced me to CG. From towards the end of World at War, I met the ZRG guys. Basically started playing with them into Modern Warfare 2. Eventually met Sunzi and KE King, started playing with KE, until Razzle, Wang and I pretty much got kicked because we wanted to do things a bit differently. That's where Taunted was born in October last year. And that's pretty much where I am now.
Sweet.
What, you and your 40 teams?
So that's what led you to this Skype conversation?
36 teams.
Alrighty. Okay, well thanks for introducing yourself, everyone. Okay, so Twilife's going to talk about, he's going to give us a CG update, so go ahead, mate.
This is basically a little list of things that we've sort of been working on behind the scenes. Some of it will be old news, some of it will be new news, yeah. It's not quite as comprehensive as it probably could have been, as I threw it together pretty quick. But anyway, first and oldest news was COD 4 and World at War pay-to-play finals are finally underway, even though they took so fucking long to get going. We got COD 4 teams. The finals teams are Archaic, Taunted, 1SK, Frequency, Malice, Relentless, Mindfreak, Apex. All those guys, they're playing for $1,700. That's a total prize pool, not first place, unfortunately. We've got World at War, which is just a series of double elimination between 4 teams. They're all playing for $800 prize pool. That's Archaic again, Malice again, Mindfreak again, and the ever-lovable name Get Raped Teabag. Pretty much just from that is just time to play matches, including myself. In regards to overall section, we're doing continuations of our sponsorship contracts with Turtle Beach and Steel Series. We're pretty much just waiting on finalising those kind of deals. Turtle Beach at the moment, we aim on having another cash prize free-to-play Halo Reach comp, because I think all the people who played it enjoyed it a fair bit. It's good to get away from kind of ladders and play a bit more consistently, at least once a week. I guess in my head it might be good to have a look at something to do with Combat Evolved, if anyone takes up on that, as it's going to have multiplayer, which would be kind of cool. Steel Series wise, they're continuing on with COD, of course, as it's like 99% of Xbox members play COD, so yeah. We plan on budgeting the money out a bit better than last time, well, this year. This year we kind of depended on product prices a bit more, but we all know how terrible that went. And yeah, we're going to yell at people to get that sorted out, so that goes out to whoever's still waiting. Game-wise, we've got Gears of War coming out on Tuesday this week. It's a game we really want to help try and bring up, just so we can raise, say, the CG percentage of Gears players being 0.1% to about 2%, which would just be great. We've got Admin's Deathly, Rogie, Alex, and Midnight. The latter two are new to the team, so they're going to help us out with a bunch of shit. We've got little forums going behind the scenes, and everyone's been contributing and going to try and make it nice and crazy as good as we can, and try and smash in an awesome little tournament before Modern Warfare 3 comes out, so hopefully some of you stay with the game, which would be nice. I'm actually going to have a thread out probably tomorrow, which will detail a bit more stuff. We're looking to run tournaments with a bit of sponsorship backing, and just hopefully spread that out a bit better. Further, at the end of October, like the 27th, I think it is, correct me if I'm wrong, Battlefield 3 comes out. Basically we've got Salt, who's a big veteran of the game and pretty much knows everything about it. Yes, he does write some walls of text.
Complete addict. Such a champion.
He's fanatic.
It's passion. Passion, that's the thing we want.
Jared's
If
passionate about
you've been
it.
listening to
I don't have any
Battlefield's
passion.
gonna be bigger than COD for the last 3 Battlefields tournaments.
Yeah, it's true. Well, this one should be a lot better than the other ones. At least I'm hoping so, because I
You're
was
not
a
running
bit
it
of
this time.
Yeah, it might succeed that way. Got with Sol, with his added experience, we got some CG wizards in Raz and Falcon who are going to help him out, as well as myself. I'll just throw in my 2 cents where I can, as I always do, because I'm an opinionated little shit. And we're probably going to get another bit of a veteran admin for that. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult game to kind of launch, just because the game predominantly is better with larger teams. Say 8v8, I think the best to be 12v12, but it's just sort of unreasonable to expect people to get that many people on at once. But yeah, we're heading for Conquest 8v8 to be the most popular dominant game type, as say S&D used to be, but that's all been discussed and thrown up in the air, which I won't go on about anymore because it's, yeah. Anyway, and it will also probably have like a smaller team-based kind of ladder, so like Squad Rush or something like that, just for teams who can't really get together, like 8 or 12 people or something like that. In more COD news, we just put up the Modern Warfare 2 4v4 Turbo XP ladder. Basically a bunch of people are saying they want to get back into Modern Warfare 2 before number 3 comes out. Terrible game. And yeah, it's just for them to get back into it, see how it was. It's obviously a lot different to Black Ops. Hopefully that gets a little bit popular. We'll look at putting in pugs for that. But the pug system doesn't work that great for game type kind of games and shit like that. It's just the settings in it are a bit different. But that should be fun. And as you all would have seen, we're looking for another COD admin, maybe even 2. We've had a heaps better response than last time. I think last time we probably, I don't know,
99 randoms. 99 randoms.
We scraped the barrel with Addo. So that's basically it.
Oh my god, Adam.
He does a pretty good job mopping the floors though.
He's cute.
Used to.
Yeah, he's a good janitor.
But yeah, and
Worst bloke.
it's a bit rough.
Love you, Addo.
But yeah, there's not going to be like a deadline for when we want to pick one of these, because like I said before, COD is, I guess, fortunately or unfortunately, depending how you look at it, it's like 99% of Xbox on CG. So we've really got to take our time and pick the right person. Like, we can't pick someone I'm gonna fight with this time, or something like that. Like, it's sort of biased, but we don't want the team exploding just due to one person, which is, I guess, sort of why we have to recruit people we know a lot better. Like, in a way, I guess that might seem unfair, but it's probably for the best in the long run. But I think we've been a bit too restricted on that in the past, sort of. We've been a bit too much get a friend because we know he's not going to be a wanker, but I think
Secret club.
Yeah, got to like branch out a bit, which I think we're going to have to do, just because I'd say basically a lot of the people who you may have considered would be a good COD admin, say, a year ago, is currently like barely even playing and doesn't even care, kind of thing. But and what else? Well, yeah, the CGI Mad finals are coming around soon, which we will go on to talk about soon. And that's about it. Take it away, Mr. Razmac again.
Yeah, just thanks for that. Touching on one other thing that we need to update on is that just came to me then was the CyberGamer YouTube channel. We're trying to revamp it. We're trying to get content out that is better than what we've given before. I'm trying to bring on two channel commentators, which I've already got 2 people in mind, which obviously no one in this chat actually knows about yet either, so they're probably scratching their heads going, what the fuck? But I'll announce them pretty soon. But basically, hopefully those guys, they're going to be able to bring you guys some good commentating and over the top of like the top 5 plays. We've listened to what people have said about the search highlights, and we're going to try and reduce the time limit on them so that they don't go for like 6 minutes, and try and get them down to 2 or 3 minutes, and have more of the three pieces, 4 downs, 5 downs, big clutches, rather than just showing doubles as well, because I think a lot of people are getting frustrated watching doubles when they drag out. So we're trying to revamp that a bit. We're trying to also, I've been speaking with these two guys that we're recruiting for commentators. We're going to try and do some S&D. I'm calling it S&D breakdown, where basically people who go big, so obviously getting close to 20 kills, under 10 deaths sort of thing, when they go like that, we're going to actually go through and find these people and record their entire half, and we're going to actually discuss what they did right and what they did wrong, and hopefully people can actually try and get something from that to help improve their own game, especially if they're playing in that particular position. So yeah, so basically that's just some of the stuff that's coming up, and of course we're trying to do this podcast, so on a weekly basis, so hopefully you guys can actually support that, and make sure you subscribe, and make sure you give the video the like button. I don't know if you guys realize how much that actually helps, but it helps a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll move on to the actual major discussion that we were going to have tonight, which is basically a brief overview of the SteelSeries Call of Duty Black Ops leagues for Season 2. We're just going to go into detail about each individual league. We're going to start off with the CGI league, and basically anyone who's in the panel at the moment, I'm just going to introduce the 4 teams that we believe that are the top performers so far in CGI, which is Archaic MSI, 5 Down, Mind Freak, and Malice. They're pretty much bringing in the top 4 at the moment. What are people's thoughts on like the league so far for the CGI with those 4 teams in particular? Like anyone want to come in and talk about any of those teams?
Yeah, I think personally, 5 Down have done a really good job. You got to say, I mean, CGM winners to come in with the CGI players and be up there, you know, with the rest of the, you know, sort of veteran teams. I think they've done a really good job. Archaic, obviously, you know, yet to lose a game. You know, it came close, I think, on Hanoi when they were away in LA, and also close on Summit against Mind Freak. But yeah, still not dropping a map yet or a game. So, you know, they're looking strong going to finals. My team, Mind Freak, obviously not as great as previously, but I mean, we've had a few issues. Crits net on USB net in Western Australia, which is a fantastic combination.
The best I've heard.
West Australia is amazing.
Yeah, but not on USB net. Like, it's bad as it is, but he's on USB, so it's like, I don't know.
Probably Dodo USB net as well.
Yeah, and also Rapture, who's got a broken arm, hasn't been playing since he sat out he played the first 2 and hasn't played since, and I don't know, a lot of you that know.
He played
Rapture,
today in ACL though.
Yeah, he's been playing ACL because like we need it. He's going to be playing LAN, so we've wanted him to obviously just, you know, play with the team, but I mean it's still difficult playing with a cast, and so he has been sitting out a bit. We're missing him, but I mean, to be honest, Naked's been playing really well, so really, you know, happy to have him in the team. But yeah, I know Malice, I think they had a really strong start. I think we'd all agree, like they were, you know, beating a lot of teams, and then they sort of slowed down a bit, and now I don't even know if they're stratting or scrimming anymore. Like, I think Ziggy's just been getting on for matches and stuff, so I'm not sure if they're gonna, you know, be a real threat come finals time, but, you know, they've had, I mean, that's just basically been Malice since Season 1. They've just had a lot of roster changes and hasn't been great. And you've got to feel for Goose. He's been putting the time in, but just can't really find a good, solid lineup. So, but yeah, that's my little 2 cents. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees, but yeah.
Yeah, just on the Malice thing.
Pretty much whether he's on fire or not at the moment. It's pretty much getting them through their games.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a lot of like fresh players. Like, they probably haven't really played CGI yet. I know I've got I know Vilesider's in the team. I'm not sure if he's actually. I don't think he's played any games or anything like that. They've got Freak that's come up from CGM, I think it was last season. Fake and Pod have obviously been there, but Fake's been incredibly inactive recently, which is really bad for that team, I feel. And also Insanity, I'm not sure if he played CGI last season. I'm pretty sure he got picked up just at Trade Week, I think, last season to finish it off with Malice, but still probably not as experienced as Goose would want in the team. And then you've obviously got Goose, who's played in just about every single CGI that they've got. So
yeah,
I think he's done some good work. They started off, they won. I can't remember if they played first, but I think they won all their games up until they played us on Havana. But other than that, I thought they were higher on the ladder than fourth, but no doubt they'll make the finals.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask was, Daniel, are you still there?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, that's cool. Just a quick question. Taunted, you guys were doing so good, like coming into Black Ops, everyone was like, oh, Taunted didn't deserve CGI, and you guys ended up getting into CGI, and you proved everyone wrong. You made it into the top 4, and I don't know I know you made it a little bit into the finals, but did he just drop out again, or no, he's still there?
Don't know.
No, he just dropped out. Anyway, we'll move on then because he's dropped out.
I was going to quickly say something. Sorry, I can't not say this, but it's it's sort of like inter-team joke we have. But Skaze was one of the people that was on the forum saying Taunted don't deserve CGI, this and that, back when he was in the team. When we versed him in CGO, he went, I believe, 1-10, and we got beaten. So, just a little tip: if you're going to talk shit and say stuff like that, you're really going to want to back it up because he's never going to live.
Yeah, naked. Buzzing.
Yeah. Alright, well, you're back now, Oz. So, like, why have you guys had sort of I'd just say an average season so far? What would be the reason for that?
We basically, last season, we used the same 5 guys almost the entire way through. Fortunately, we got screwed over by someone towards the end, and instead of replacing him with one person, we replaced him with 5.
As you do.
Shit, was he that good?
That's what Taunted does, bro.
Oh, I think he's dropped out again. We're having technical difficulties now.
That's alright. Alright, well, we'll move on. Okay, so basically the underrated team that I believe for CGI this season is 5 Down. I think it's pretty obvious because obviously they're the team that moved in from CGM. They did win CGM Season 1, but I think to a degree they are underrated just because of the fact that you've got teams like Archaic, Mindfreak, Malice, Taunted in there. Even Second Nature, they had a pretty average first season, but like they'd still be recognised as, I don't know, I guess a more recognised team than 5 Down, you'd say. But like, what do people think of 5 Down's season so far? Like every win they've had has been like 16-8, 16-7, 16-9, and their losses have both been by like only 2 rounds. Like, what is people's thoughts on them so far?
Underdog.
Daniel goes again.
Oh no.
So Dazed or Mauseum, you got any thoughts on that? Or
on who was it? 2N.
On 5 Down.
Oh, 5 Down. Sorry, 5 Down. From a player point of view, you can't, like, they take bullets, like, legit. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel that, like, Spades, man, he's like on steroids or something. And he's like one of the main players. I think him and Mauseum really, like, if they're fragging hard and getting lots of kills, then that's just it, you know, like the rest of the team support them and they pretty much will you know, most likely take the win.
Yeah.
Stunzy is like, I don't know,
the flank watcher.
Yeah, the flank watcher, like, exactly. You know, he's not bad, but I mean, he's not like obviously not going to be a rush or anything like that. But I think you know, every team has one of those players, and I think he does a pretty decent job of it. But really, I got to say that it's pretty much like Mauseum and Spades, I think, are the real good, you know, players that are you know, helping them get to where they are. And yeah, I just think that they're going to be ones to look out for in the finals. The only thing that I have to say is they had a few public problems with their team internally, and which, I don't know, maybe hurt them a little bit or will hurt them, I don't know, disagreements and whatnot. So I don't know, it would have been better to see them obviously not be so public about it, because I don't know if Mauseum would agree, but when you're in an opposing team, and you see, public displays of, problems in the team, it kind of gives you a bit of here we go, they're having problems, let's capitalize on that. So yeah. I think, I don't know what the problems were exactly, for those of you who don't know, but I think Mauseum had like a look for clan thread up, and there's like a little bit of trash talking in there. I don't know why, you obviously don't know Mauseum that well, but yeah, pretty much, obviously, I don't know, someone disagreed with something, but they're still together and they're still playing well, so yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, sorry,
Raz, you guys had that, I remember back in the MW2, might have been during or after CGI, when you guys had that problem with Insurgency, Dazed, where you had, I think it was Butler and someone else in the team, and there was a bit of, Butler decided, I think he ended up leaving or something like that.
Oh, towards the end.
Yeah, there was a bit of a dispute between a couple of players there, and I'm sure that hurt you losing Butler like that, so I guess you can relate to that quite easily.
Yeah, that was sort of brewing for a while. It was mainly Brian or Bryceman. I think, I don't know, he was getting a bit sort of tired of the gaming and in general, and I think it sort of reflected on the rest of the team. And then Butler and I ended up having a bit of an argument. And he actually said to me, just after MW2, or when Black Ops was about to come out, he says, I'm not going to be playing with you in Black Ops, which he didn't. But then when he came back, I think he quit after Distant 7, and then he came back after that. He actually wanted to join back. So there's no love lost between us. We're still mates. But, yeah, there was a bit of an issue there, and it did affect us, but, like, it wasn't a huge amount of problems. Like, I don't think we were too public about it either. I mean, it's a bit fuzzy, but, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't a huge...
Yeah, it was pretty much just an LFC thread, I think. There was not much of the internal stuff was spread around CG, which is good from a team point of view, because you don't really want that shit spreading around through rumors and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's hard, and I've been there, and... I just hope that because like I like 5 Down. I really hope that they do play well and give everyone a good good game. So hopefully they can fix it up and keep going.
Sweet as. All right. Well, we'll start talking about CGM. Basically, the top performers that we've noted is Carnage, and that, just so everyone knows, Carnage is previously known as Uproar, and they've came straight from CGO. And also there's Superheroes in Training, which everyone knows as shit. They've come from CGA, I think, or was it CGD? I can't remember. And then there's also Audacity. That sort of wraps up the top 3 at the moment. What are people's thoughts on the fact that Uproar's or Carnage has just come straight out of CGO? They've got a couple of decent guys in there, and they're just pretty much destroying the league. Like, what are people's thoughts on that?
I don't know. I remember.
I think it's a good example where, like, say, we copped a lot of shit for putting them in just because they hadn't played, like, say, CGD before. They didn't play a shitload of CGO from memory. And I guess just their performance has kind of summed up just how good they've been able to go. Like, as you can see, they're obviously coming first, haven't lost a game. And yeah, someone else could talk about that because I'm not too cluey on that stuff.
They pretty much, the admin team was slave for putting them into CGM, and they're sitting in second as well. So both first and second have pretty much proven everybody wrong.
I enjoy it when we're right. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I think
688.
688.
Oh God.
Yeah. Also, there's talking about Superheroes in Training. A lot of those guys, like, I know they've picked up people since, but they originated pretty much from PS3 with all those guys. So, like, there's also a lot of PS3 people who have come over in recent terms. Like, I know that a lot of our guys have been going over to PS3 as well to play in some of their comps. But like Mauseum, like, how do you feel playing? Like, I know you don't play directly against them, but how do you feel as an Xboxer playing against PS3 people coming over at your own craft?
I haven't really. I think some of the people from 5 Down I heard rumored that. Cause I don't really know majority of the people that come over, but I think maybe Hacker or someone or one of the Mauseum or William guys actually came from PS3. Like, they've probably been over to Xbox for a while, but most of there's still the 4 or so domineering teams. Like, it's always been like Unit back in the day. It was like Insurgency, and now Taunted and Malice instead of Frey, which the team was back then. So there's pretty much always been those 4 dominant teams, but there are those people that have been like jumping through teams and have probably reached CGI. Like you just have a look through some of the second nature teams or exposure teams. Some of those guys I think may have come from PS3 as well. So some of the players are actually doing quite well and they've hit CGI League, which a lot of players would have doubt because everyone, you know, like PC talks trash to Xbox and Xbox talks trash to PS3 in the gaming hierarchy. So
PS3 talks trash to Wii.
Most of those 4 or 5 guys are PS3 players as well. Deadspawn and Lilium and all them, they've all come over from PS3 and made the change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're in CGM, so...
Yeah, well, they took out CGA in their first season. They're doing all right in CGM now, sitting in the top 4. So
yeah.
they've done pretty well. Obviously, just moving ladder because it's more active on the Xbox side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prize money.
What was I haven't played Black Ops on PS3, but it seems to me like, I mean, we always have a few teams, you know, come over or individuals, but it seems to me like Black Ops has been the one game that's brought over a lot of PlayStation players to Xbox. Anyone
had a lot to do with the PS3 downtime.
Yeah, the PS3 downtime I think was a huge factor in that. But also, is Black Ops
frame rate, isn't it?
Yeah, is Black Ops just crap on PS3 compared to Xbox? Does anyone have an insight?
I've heard that there's a lot of like. I haven't actually played too much PS3. I spec'd the PS3 game the other day between the arcade team versus some other guys that just laid in Spawn on terminal, and that was MW2 and it seemed alright, but I've heard a lot of bad rumours from Black Ops coming across.
I've actually played Black Ops on PS3, and to be honest, it is like I was playing on Nuketown. I think it was just a TDM. I think I only played one game, and I was like, "Nah, fuck this." Basically, it's kind of it's just
sure
it's like you're lagging.
US?
It's like you're lagging. When you're playing it, the screen sort of locks up.
Rate.
It doesn't. Yeah, the frame like it's not like when it looks like a strobe. Do you know what I mean? That strobe effect you get sometimes on Black Ops on Xbox, but it's just the screen locks up and it makes it look like you're lagging, but you're not. It's just the way that it runs. It's to me, I started playing it and I was just like, this is kind of unplayable. I don't really see the point in this, so I stopped straight away.
Like being annoyed all the time on every map.
Yeah, so I think that's why a lot of guys did move over, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good, to be honest. I like more competition. And as we see with 5 Down, there's a few PS3 players in there, and they can mix it with us, so hopefully...
There's also a lot more sponsors than that coming through on the Xbox side. I know PS3 rarely has any kind of sponsors. We've got, like, we've got Mind Freak, Taunted, Archaic, and a couple of other teams have like small sponsorships and things like that, like graphics
like
or whatever they are.
And your Audacities, they're all sponsored teams.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't know much about PS3, but I'm doubting that there's too much exposure there.
Yeah. Alright, well that pretty much wraps up CGM talk. We'll move on to CGA, which, to be honest, I reckon is actually one of the closest leagues at the moment, with... Basically, you've got five quality teams, roughly around the same sort of skill level at the moment. In Proximity Team 2, Exclusive, Aspire, you've got the Afterlife boys, and the last one was Paradox. They're all performing quite well. Aspire was absolutely demolishing it at the start, and then we had all the internal issues which led to losses and almost making the team break up, but we've sorted that out now. Proximity just sort of I honestly I've put them down as the underrated team because they were a CGD team previous season and they were overlooked for CGA this season, and because a couple of teams pulled out and we had to push people up, they ended up getting pushed into CGA. So like I put them in my underrated team. But yeah, basically, I think it's a very close season so far. If you had to pick someone, Dazed, who would you pick to win from here?
No, I don't have a huge insight into it, but judging by some of the scores and stuff, I mean, Proximity looked good. They've, so yeah, I'd probably go Proximity. I'm looking at the lineup. I know a few of those guys, and it's pretty solid. And from what I've seen or heard, they haven't really had any issues. So, you'd think that if they can just keep focused and going into finals, they'd probably have it in the bag. But I mean, you know, Aspire obviously, like you said, had some issues. If those get sorted out, then obviously get back to the form of the start of the season, then you'd be looking to, you know, give him a challenge. But yeah, I'd say Proximity probably. But I don't have a huge amount of knowledge about it. But yeah, that's just my pick.
Yeah. What about you, Moores? What were your thoughts on it?
Well, just having a look at the ladder now, Exclusive have more rounds and less against. They've got a lot higher win for round loss ratio. They're only one game behind, so they can still finish on top if Proximity win their last game. I'm not sure who they're playing. It doesn't say. Oh, they're playing Afternoon Delight, who are currently 7th on the ladder. So I'm guessing they're tipping.
Proximity Exclusive will probably stay first and second. It's pretty much 3 down to what is it, 6?
Yeah, just having a look here.
Right now.
Did Exclusive and Proximity go to overtime? Looks like they might have 18-14 on Hanoi.
They must have.
Well then, okay. Then that should be interesting come finals time.
Yeah, with the 4th place here, it's going to be tough because we've got Afterlife playing 1SK Black and Paradox playing, I think it's one of the other teams or something like that. So we've got a lot of teams that are fighting for that 4th spot here.
Yeah, I think even 1SK Black, can get in as well.
Yeah, we're currently 6th, so
Paradox have to lose, and they have to beat Afterlife. I think Turkey said it was something like 16-6 or something.
Yeah, he asked me earlier about it.
Yeah, it's still a possibility.
Round ratio.
Their ratio is pretty low.
It is close, yeah.
So their win for loss, round win for loss ratio is pretty low, but still they could all finish on 4-3 the whole season. So that's 4 teams that can finish on the same. So.
Yeah, quite a challenge, that one.
Alrighty, we'll move on to CGD. So basically, this is the 2nd ever season of CGD, and basically it was implemented to basically give new teams coming through a chance to improve and give them a finals and league type experience to help them develop. And I know a lot of people in the community rat on CGD people because of the fact that there's no prize involved in it, but I really wish that people didn't. It's much better than CGO, but we've all got to start somewhere, I guess. The top performers so far were Impact and Cruelty Incarnate. They seem to be ahead of the rest of the pack. The rest of the pack seem to be fairly bunched up and close together with their wins and losses.
Fairly interesting that they're playing the last round against each other now as well, which is pretty much
same as 5 Down versus Archaic, similar, I guess.
Yes.
First and second playoff in the last round just before the final.
It's a good way to send it off before finals. Does anyone have any, I know the Cruelty Incarnate guys, I believe they're kind of underrated and they're coming through, and they're going to have to come up against this Impact side that arguably could be CGA worthy at the moment. The Cruelty Incarnate guys, they've come in from 4v4, I know that's sort of half and half, search players, half 4v4, but it was originally brought through with the 4v4 guys that came through in CGO last season. What's people's thoughts? I might ask Oz, because he's sort of got a bit of a 4v4 knowledge, slightly. What are your thoughts on 4v4 players coming through and playing search?
I think they can adapt. Like, you've seen Cruelty Incarnate do it. Unfortunately, this Cruelty Incarnate doesn't have Vilesider, which is a bit of a blow to them. If they had Vilesider in the team, I'd probably put my money on them to take out CGD.
BAM's not in it either.
Yeah, and BAM's as well. Yeah, which is two of their stronger players, which is a shame. But they got a good roster. I reckon that I'd still probably put money on them to take out CGD. Force players coming across, they can adapt as long as they put in the time and the effort, and they can balance the two game types. And there's no reason why they can't take out their league. Just going to come down to time management for them more than anything else.
Yeah. Plus, having the 4v4 sort of experience, and also the fact that they play together before, that's good. Teamwork is a major factor in search, so that'll always help them, I guess.
Yeah.
Most of these guys aren't playing ACL either. They didn't participate in the ACL online round. I don't think they're going to be participating in Brisbane. So they've got the time now to really focus on search.
Those I did play that Cruelty Incarnate last week in the open bracket. They were in my pool. Bucks,
were they?
It was Bucks, Michael Weston. I'm not sure who the other two were, but they were in Pool B or something like that. They did participate participate, but I think we were obviously the team that pushed through from that pool.
For them not to make it out of 4v4 pool might show that they've probably been dedicating a little bit more time to S&D than 4s. So.
Yeah. Alright, well that pretty much wraps up the league talk, the discussion that we've had.
I've got a little to add if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
Just in regards to the prizes, I don't think we ever updated the people on what the finalised prizes are, because you can actually do that once recruitment week happens. This is quick maths just done now, but we had, at the start of the season for CGA, I think we had $600 total prize pool. That's turned into $890, so that's a nice little boost. CGM, we had $1,500, that's turned into $1,775. And CGI stayed about roughly the same, so we haven't got a heap of I guess.
Good ones, boy.
Bad luck, boy.
Still comes to about $3,500 total prize pool.
Awesome.
So that's
awesome.
good. That means CGI is stable and you're not swapping players and
Yeah.
stuff 24/7.
But yeah,
Nah, shut up, Brett. I want my money.
Yeah, I know. You can talk. You don't even play.
greedy motherfucker.
Whatever. I talk shit all the time.
Yes, you do.
She's silently pocketing all the donations. Oh, good.
I gotta get paid somehow.
Putting him towards a fake boobs fund or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really inappropriate.
No, she doesn't need fake boobs. She's already got admin.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, we'll change the discussion just
Do you wanna
before
be
it gets
an
worse.
Enough of Brit's boobs. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on from that talk. Okay, so basically we'll finish up with what happened today. There was the ACL Online Round 3. We'll just touch briefly on that. As I just quickly look at the finals playoff bracket we've got here. In the end, it was Taunted. I don't even know which team that was. 'Cause there's so many of them.
Or
Team,
50?
Yep, alright, so they came through and beat Frenetic Array, Buzzard's Fray team 3-1, so congratulations, OzFalcon. How much money did you pocket then?
We haven't found out for sure, but apparently it's $350 plus. I'm just waiting
Hey,
for exact
congrats,
figures
Danny.
still, so yeah.
You can donate to Brit's boob fund.
Hey.
Appropriate.
Also, Archaic MSI just coming short, getting third spot there. What did you think of the day, Moors?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Just having a look at the results here, it was a lot of blowouts. Pretty much almost every single game except for Taunted 5 down versus Climax. That was the only close game. It went to 5 set. Every other game was pretty much 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, and a few 3-1s here. So, not really sure. Teams are either playing really good or really bad. I know all we did, we went 3-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. So, two of those we lost, but still there was. Shut up,
all
Brit.
the games were tough too. You look at the rosters and the teams playing, and from the get-go, pretty much almost every match was a grand final.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah, look, the quality of teams look pretty good.
Is that why you weren't playing Dazed?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
I got subbed
So
out at the last minute. They looked at who was playing. They're like, "Oh crap, Dazed is going to do crap against these guys. We better sub him out."
What
It's the same reason why Brit gets subbed out of CGO games.
It goes to show, because I mean, instead of me playing, we had one person in a cast and a WA USB net. So obviously, I'm not the best.
So was there any reason other than the fact that you had a cripple and someone who's on Dodo dial-up? Is there a reason why you guys got knocked out so early other than that?
That played a huge part, but really it's just we haven't been playing 4v4s really at all, or anywhere near enough to be really competitive. I mean, like, we always knew that it was going to be, 5v5 was our focus, and as we get closer and closer to LAN, we will be putting in a lot more 4v4 time, but we weren't really that worried about today. I mean, what we're focusing on, LAN is what it's all about. That's why we're playing with Rapture, with his arm the way it is, I think he did pretty good actually though, even with it, but...
Yeah, you got a 1v2 against us in the first round.
Yeah, so... So yeah.
That's not too hard
he's
though.
A beast, but yeah, the reason we played with the team, especially Crit's on the USB net is not good, but he's going to be at LAN, and this is basically in preparation for us, so that's what we really want to get out of it, was just to play with the team that's going to be at LAN, and looking forward to that.
Awesome. Oz, what was your thoughts on the day's play? You guys pretty much came through and won. You won 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-1. Like, you almost went through that perfectly. Like, what was your thoughts on the day?
Pretty good performance, actually. We probably did a lot better than what we expected. We went in thinking we were a top 2 team. We did that in the pool play last week as well. and we were hoping to make the grand final against Frey, and we did that. So, yeah, pretty happy with the result actually.
Awesome.
And it's been a long time coming for us.
I was about to say it's been a very, very long time.
I think we've finally had a roster of 4 that we've been developing for a while. That's for the last couple of months. That really came through.
Ninja's leaving.
It's true. Very upsetting. Hoping it's still.
He's still playing. He's still playing Brisbane, which is good on him. Good of him.
Correct. Yeah. He's only gone a 5 down, so it's pretty much just like going down the hall.
Going up to the real team.
I thought you guys were the second team now.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
Team 42 or 56. I don't really know what's going on.
But anyway, I'd just like to say that I'm actually glad to see you guys get that win because I've been more of a spectator of 4v4s, and I know that my boys have come up against you guys a lot of times at LAN as well, and it's been close. But yeah, it's good to see you finally get it, and especially against Frey because I mean it was getting a bit boring seeing them online winning it every time.
We got a good roster heading to Brisbane as well. We're only switching shops for William, so pretty much one chin for another. So that doesn't interrupt us too much. Both of them just getting their contesticles out and contesting anything and everything. So hopefully that doesn't interrupt us too much, and we should go all right.
Awesome. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. We'll just finish off. We're gonna give you guys an open-ended question that hopefully you guys respond to. Basically, we want to know whether you guys think that the finals map for the leagues and obviously CGO should be an admin choice, or whether we should revert back to the teams choosing. So what do you guys think the pros and cons are of that? And yeah, so basically just drop us a comment either on this video on YouTube or in the actual thread that this is in, and we'll see what we'll do with that. We might be biased and basically tell you guys to STF you, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Alright, so so thanks everyone for being a part of this today for the very first one. So everyone want to say goodbye?
I love you.
No, I love you.
No, I love you, Britt.
Awkward.
Britt and I think we're going to take this time to announce Britt and I actually engaged. You'll all be invited.
Wow,
and this is why we're choosing our COD admin very carefully.
I have to like you.
Oh no, well, I'm out of the running then.
Yep, definitely.
Alright, sweet as. So there we go. We'll leave on a good note. No, it's staying in. Bad luck, BL. Alright, get back in the kitchen. Alright, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Laters.
Laters.